Good night, everybody, and welcome to this capsule that we have called Psychonomics, a behavioralist analysis of economic events. My name is Malváez, and tonight we are going to discuss an event that has shocked the entire world and, in consequence, the financial market. Tonight we are going to talk about Brexit.
Is the abbreviation of British exit and has been used to define the decision made by the Britons of leaving the European Union last June 23rd via referendum. With a result of 52% in favour of leaving, the British people decided to put an end to 43 years of treaties and economic and political cooperation, breaking up the free trade area. This was a surprise for everyone, including David Cameron, UK's Prime Minister, who proposed the referendum as a response to the political pressure put on his administration by the London Mayor, Boris Johnson, and other political actors, supported by a considerable part of the population, in its majority rural and old people. The argument was that the EU was holding back the UK for the extreme regulations, the huge contributions made obtaining so little in return, the incapacity to control its own borders, etc. Although Prime Minister, many political parties, and many other countries such as Germany, France, and the USA supported the idea of remaining, the Vox Populi spoke, and, as Johnson said, the will of the British people is an instruction that must be delivered. The official procedure, the application of the Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty, establishes that, since the presentation of the UK's withdrawal at the European Parliament, 2 years must pass in order to agree and clarify the terms of the split. After that, those terms must be agreed by 27 national parliaments and approved by more than 20 country members. Since it's the first time Article 50 is being applied, it must take more time for us to clarify the destiny of the UK and the European Union.
And how did the financial markets react to Brexit?
The news caught everybody by surprise. Now the European Union is perceived as unstable, and Brexit must be read as the tip of an iceberg of political problems within the Union that threatens the future of Europe as a unity. Also, the speculations about whether the city will continue or not carrying the financial lead in the zone, and the commercial terms between EU and UK post-Brexit had a huge impact in the markets after the Brexit was confirmed. First of all, the pound tumbled 11.1%. Its weakest level since the mid-1980s. Same low levels were presented against the euro and the yen. This is a clear lack of confidence in the future of UK, including widespread fear by funds and banks of a British recession. This can be beneficial, the situation of the pound, for all the manufacturing regions and help the balanced trade of UK. However, Bank of London has announced that it will apply measures in order to preserve the economic stability during Brexit. The market of gold had a momentary boost in its already growing tendency, 24% up for the year, due to being considered as a shelter asset. Volatility caught the equity market, in which the panic was generalized in the closer dates to referendum. The fall in Japan, Europe, and UK markets was of 10%, a 3 standard deviation event that it's almost impossible to happen. But as the calendar left behind the referendum date, markets recover, and even the FTSE 100 has a higher level than it had before. And as this, we can analyze a lot of markets that suffer the turbulence of the Brexit announcement, but as time goes by, they've recovered their previous tendencies, except for the pound.
And how does these market reactions can be looked at from the scope of behavioral finance and economics?
The conventional economic and financial theory says that all individuals are rational and wealth maximizers. This implies that they will use all the information that they have in hand in order to derive the maximum profit in any decision they make. But there are many cases in which the economic agents don't behave in a rational way and make decisions that harm them rather than benefit them. Behavioral economics and finance combines economic and psychological theory in order to explain the reasons of this behavior. With Brexit, as Paul Krugman said, the uncertainty is being used as a synonym of bad, and this fear for the unknown expectations was very contagious between investors in a way that the shock was resented globally. But it was irrational for the next reason. Days before the referendum, the polls oscillated between 48 and 52% for Brexit. Nevertheless, the majority of investors bet for Remain. A rational investor, using the information he has, would at least assure the Brexit scenario, given the high probability of occurring.
So, in conclusion, and as Dr. Thorsten Hans says from University of Zurich, financial markets got everything wrong about Brexit. And that seems to be the rule and not the exception seen from behavioral economics perspective. But in financial and economic practice, nothing is written, anything could happen. Thank you very much.